Yay! Welcome to another edition of Notions and Illuminations with Lucinda. Eventually, I'm going to start having guests on the show with me, and we're going to dive into metaphysics, which is actually the philosophical study of spirituality. And so, everybody has a belief system. Okay, and everybody's belief system works for them. That's why all belief systems are righteous. They're very reverent because we develop them through our experiential endeavors. And we'll have like an experience of something, we'll develop a belief system around it, like this happened, so that means this. This took place, so that means this. And then we'll incorporate those new beliefs into how we operate moving forward. And it's just kind of, very interesting to see that. All right. Um, oh, today is a really good day. Today's a really good day. It is, let's see, today is the 7th, right? Okay, so last Sunday, a week ago from this last Sunday, Mars went into retrograde. And so when Mars went into retrograde, everybody's energy felt like it was being pushed back down. It's not so effervescent. It's like, oh, yeah, I gotta do things. And that's very normal for this particular placement. This placement is in Gemini, and that's causing us to really rethink how we vocalized one another. Plus, Venus was square Uranus recently, so a lot of disruption in that love talk that we would like to have with one another so often. And just, a lot of shit in the sky, okay? So here's what I did today. I decided I would just bring my retrograde cup over here, and I was going to go ahead and give you a dousing. Me too. A retrograde spray. Oh, that feels so good. That's like really cool. Anyway, so we have the retrograde spray and we have the retrograde kit right here. That is going to help us have a wonderful show. I'm very happy about that. It's going to clear our communication style, allow us to move forward with each other and have a great time. Okay, so, maybe sometimes like you're not in the mood to have a great time and there's like that funky energy that's around you. Okay, when you have that funky energy, there's so many different ways to clear and pivot, and I'm going to give you a couple of them. Okay, so one of them is this. Okay, I have a Tibetan bell. The Tibetan bell has 7 different metals. It's all handmade, and it is an ohmed. So we're going to clear you from your etheric into your crown, your brow, audience, throat, heart, solar plexus, heart, solar plexus, there we go. Soul, dantian, sacral, spleen, root, hips, knees, ankles, earth seed. Woo, that feels so good, right? Okay, so now all your chakras are clear, they're aligned, they're ringing true, everything's feeling really good. Yeah. So start your day like that. Okay. So some of the things that I was thinking about talking about today was like our belief systems and like how we move forward with them together. Now we're coming into a lot of cultural constraint, which means that we don't know if we're usurping somebody else's cultural belief system when we're doing our practices. Mostly we're picking it up inherently and we're also doing it intuitively. When we're practicing, it's good to find out or maybe research a little bit how we're honoring ourselves in those ways when we're doing those practices. This particular practice, this comes from Feng Shui. It's Black Hat Tibetan Tantric sect Feng Shui. And so this is, it's based on Bagua. So there's like a 9-star pattern and there's a lot of different areas, but it isn't compass or birth. And so this one is water and wind. It means wind and water. That's what feng shui means. And then it also is the art of color and placement. And so you can get certain energy going in your space simply by placing things in certain areas because it activates it. And so you're doing it with intention. And that brings about an opening in the energy field of, well, where the gua is. They're called a bagua because it's all together. All right. But when they're separate, they're guas. And so it's actually pretty cool. So where I'm at in the studio is I'm in the career path, spiritual path, and part of the spirit, traveling and also helpful people. So that would be this area right here. Anyway, that's where I'm at. So another good way to clear, all right, we're going to focus a little bit more on clearing today, I believe. I guess because that's like what I brought, right? So I have like retrograde spray, I have the retrograde cup. This is how the retrograde cup works. You just set it down. You call it a day. And then I brought a beautiful offering that I'm going to do with you. This is white sage. There's red clover. There's mugwort and lemon eucalyptus leaves, and some lavender. And so this particular smoke clearing that's here has, I want to say it's very fragrant. And what I do is I light it on fire and I let it catch. Oh yeah, and I put little baby roses in here. That's right. I wanted to raise the vibration, so that's why. So it's really good. Okay. All right. So fire cleanses, which is really good. Okay. Top of your head, cross your heart over your right hand arm, across your chest again, and now your left hand arm. And then down your body all the way to your feet. You'll turn around, top of your head, coming back down to your God mouth, clearing any psychic debris from there. Coming across your left shoulder and arm all the way down. Across your shoulders, across the right hand shoulder, arm all the way down to your fingertips. Coming back into the God mouth and down. Focusing on your heart center. Speaking words of wisdom and unconditional love into your heart center, clearing any debris, going all the way down your spine, clearing your spine, your back down to your feet. Lift one foot. There you go. And now the other foot. Very good. And I wish you many blessings. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside. It'll probably get real smoky in here, but that'll be fine. Real fast. Nothing like going off camera for like a second there. Right on. Okay, so I went out and I just put it in the cauldron. It'll bless the cauldron. It'll continue to bless the center. It'll bless everyone who comes in. And so what we're doing is we're bringing ourselves to ground zero. It's really important that you do that during the day so that way you re-ground your energy into the earth. You create that connection so that way your heart can open the way that you're feeling it open right now. Give yourself a little bit of unconditional love. There you go. So I have another spray with me right now. This one isn't available yet. This is one of the holiday sprays that's coming out. It's part of my 4-letter word collection. And so this 4-letter word is called this. Okay. It has a plumeria base, which is floral, and it is very representative of unconditional love. All of the 4-letter words have rose gold in them, and they have anointing oils, and they're made at different times so that way they can be very representative. So when you want to set a mood, and you want it to be this way, all right? Then what you do is you create the intention and you visualize and imagine like how it would feel to be there. Then you go ahead and you spray, and ta-da. So I feel really good right now. I'm very happy. Look at everything that we've done. We cleared with sound and aligned our chakras. We went ahead and we did a beautiful smoke clearing that got our aura, our rainbow body of light, and our Merkaba in there. And wow, we're just doing like really good. Man, what a day. What a start. So usually when I'm doing any kind of clearing, any kind of smoke clearing, I fall into gratitude because gratitude is the easiest vibration for me to fall into that creates the best benefit. I just prefer gratitude. You can do unconditional love, compassion, kindness, forgiveness, surrender. All of them are very similar. Gratitude allows me to move into grace faster. And so that's why. So when I'm in grace, I have that heart brain coherence that we've talked about before, to where like you have like a feeling that brings you into a moment, and then you let your brain come into that moment with you until you are cohesive in your one thought that wakes up all of your trillions of cells, and they all answer at the same time, allowing you to be present in the moment, but present in all aspects. And it really does help. So the next thing I want to talk about as far as clearing is really based in intention. We don't really talk a lot about that. I showed you a couple of tricks or hacks. What I did was I showed you ways to be able to create a focused intention of how you would like for your energy field to stay for a duration. So when you are in gratitude and you're clearing and you're doing things like, thank you for this day, thank you for my breath, thank you for allowing me to be of service to others, thank you for allowing me my life, thank you for allowing the people in my life, thank you for the food, the sustenance, the place to live, all of that. So when you go into the gratitudinal aspect and you start to list your graces, what happens is the dynamic of your vibration begins to change and you attract more things to be grateful for. So it's a really good way to pull yourself into a vibration that's helpful to you. All right. And that you can do through intention. So intention is what we've been doing all morning, right? So my intention was to take the dowel, strike the bell, create a sound that was going to clear the chakras. Okay. I sprayed this spray, so that I could pivot and move into a higher vibration of unconditional love. That was my intention. And prior to that, I went ahead and I cleared all the energy of miscommunication with the retrograde spray and having the little dillabob there, my little cup, right? Now, we've done an awful lot of clearing, and now we're going to look into grounding. Okay, so just as you're sitting down or just as you're ready, it's pretty easy to ground. It's all intention, like I told you before. We did a beautiful grounding the other day. Now, this time we're going to do a quick grounding because you could do this one in the middle of the day, and it isn't so heavy because a lot of times when we ground, we're pulling up so much juice from the earth that we don't realize why we can't sleep at night. And that's because we haven't put anything into place that's going to allow us to release the energy that we've woken ourselves up with and let go of that and bring in that nighttime snuggle, let's be all right energy. So here's a quick way to do it. You put your hand on your heart. It could be either hand. All right. You just put your hand on your heart. It doesn't have to be your palm. It could be just the fingers, just a couple of fingers right here on your heart chakra. Okay. You're going to focus on your heart chakra. And you're going to allow that love to be in the center of the earth. You're going to bring it up like it's fully blossomed and let it shroud you, support you, and comfort you, and provide for you. Allow it to feel like prosperity, protection, and enough. And there you go. Super easy. Okay, now I decided today that I was going to pull a rune. And the reason why is because we are in the middle of that. By the way, Mars is going to stay in retrograde in Gemini, that particular placement through January. So any kind of conversations that you have right now, you really need to think before you talk. You need to give a buffer. You need to allow people what may be perceived as attitude, because really what's happening is a lot of stuff is coming up for you from your heart space that you haven't necessarily dealt with yet. And you may think that you have been able to like get over it, or I thought that I had already done that. And really, this is just a deeper look at who you really are. It's pretty simple. Okay, so we got a room. Let's see what room we got. Okay. So I've been reading runes since I was like 15, and they really spoke to me, and I used to make my own. I haven't made my own in a really long time, but this is the book that I'm using right now. This is Ralph Blum, okay? And this is like from the original book that I liked, okay? And so this is the rune of the day. What could it possibly mean? Partnership. Partnership. Okay. And that's going to be Gebo. Okay. So partnership. Let's see what it says right here for partnership. A gift. Offerings from the gods or from chiefs to loyal followers. Oh my gosh. Does that mean if I've been having due diligence in all of my offerings that I'm about to be rewarded? Okay. Maybe I don't need that high of a measurement. Maybe I could drop my standards. Maybe I could adjust my expectations a little bit. Okay. So drawing this rune is an indication that partnership in some form is at hand. Okay. So it could be any kind of relationship that you're coming into. It could be a relationship of prosperity, wealth, abundance. It could be a person, place, or thing. Just know that you're going to be blessed. Keep that in mind. There is a receiving that's coming in this week. This is a week that we're going to do. Okay. So this is a week. All right. I'm excited. I like that. I love getting gifts. Don't you like getting gifts? Gifts are like the best. Okay. In love relationships, in business matters, in partnering of every kind, you are put on notice not to collapse yourself into that union. What does that mean? That things may not always be as they seem? Let's see. At the same time, there is another aspect of partnership that you're being called to consider. For the path of partnership can lead you to the realization of still greater union. Union with the higher self. Oh my gosh, more freaking inside work. I'm not down. I've done too much. Actually, it comes up anyway. So if I sit with the charge and I allow myself to feel the emotions that I've attached to the experience that I consider trauma, I can go ahead and lessen the charge. I don't change the experience, but I can change the story of the experience from victimhood, martyrdom, into empowerment, learning, and understanding. I can give myself compassionate forgiveness for my ignorance, and I can allow myself to grow as the individual that I would like to be. When I have inner child wounds and I can reach down into that person who is that age, that's super good, you know? Anyway, so I hug her a lot. I love Lucy. Okay. The ultimate gift of this rune is the realization of the divine in all things. God always enters into equal partnerships. Gebo, the rune of partnership, has no reverse, for it signifies the gift of freedom from which all flow other gifts. And that's it. That's a great rune for today. I'm super happy with that rune. Okay. So I have another product to show you, but first I want to do something for you. Okay. I need a little bit of water. Thank you for being on my water ticket. Okay. Ooh, goodness. All right. So if you could just like relax a little bit. I know that we have gone over a little bit of sound today, and I wanted to touch base just with a little bit more sound. I picked this up from a really good friend of mine. She was selling some of her tools, her healing tools, and she happened to release this one because she got something else. So it was really good. Another clearing. I thought I was going to sneeze again. Okay. Sorry. Will work for me. I hope it worked for you. I'm laughing at how well it worked. Okay. That's some funny stuff when that happens. I wasn't used to that. All of a sudden, my whole body's like, get out. I'm like, okay, great, thanks. Okay, onward. So, we're getting ready to end for today. I do want to thank everybody who has participated and showed up. The last item that I really wanted to share with you, I think I'll share next time, and that'll probably be really good. Meanwhile, go ahead and pick up some sprays. You can do it here at the Body Shop inside. We'll be open at 12 p.m. tomorrow, 12 to 7. Tuesdays and Thursdays and Fridays, okay? And so we look forward to seeing you, and then we're open 12 to 4 on Saturdays. Okay, well, I think we're going to go ahead and call it a show. Are we at 20 minutes right now, Solange?
Yes.
Yeah? And so what do you think? Do you think I should go ahead and show them the generators, or should I wait?
I think the generators look really good, but everything depends on if you're like all right to show them.
Oh yeah, I am. I'm okay.
Talking.
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm good now. It was like a really good clearing. I got this tool from Phyllis Douglas. She goes by Vox Andalith. What she does is she channels Elohim. And so they are archangel galactic beings. And so she just has this beautiful voice, very angelic. And this was one of her tools. And we use this in our sound baths when we do our healings on Fridays. And what it does is it represents not only water but wood. And so it shifts the vibration of your etheric and auric field. And it worked out really good. So I like that one. That's why I like that one. Okay. Let's see. Ta-da! Okay. We're probably going to get shut off soon anyway. All right. So then I have one more product that I want to show to everybody. So we were talking about clearing earlier, and this is the reason that I did like a lot of clearing. Not the only reason. I wanted to show you guys some tips and tricks. But there's there are these beautiful 7. It's like it allows for the 7 chakras of the people, places, and things, okay, to be cleared. And you can put it in the center of the home. This center is rose quartz. This center is clear quartz. And this center is lapis lazuli. All right. So I'm going to hold up the clear quartz so that way you can see it really well. So as you can see, it has a representation for a color of each of the chakras, all right? And that is the area that it clears. So it'll clear the root chakra, sacral chakra, the solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown chakra. And so those are the 7 governing chakras, the 7 major chakras. And what that allows this particular item to do, because of how it's blessed, it gets blessed by Body Studios. We go ahead and we have an intention, and it is to clear and amplify all good things wherever it is that you place it, and emanate, at least in the domain, or it could be like a room, it could be, I want to say, like your office. What it does is it brings in good vibes, and it allows that energetic boundary of people who are good to go ahead and approach you. Just, it's a really good item to have. And so we have several of them on the website, but they're like $45, but they're really cool. And the nice thing is that once you receive it, you just place it wherever you would like, and that's how it works. It's really easy. And that's all I got today. That's it. So I think we're going to end now. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having us. And peace. Could you end the broadcast there, Solange?
Yes, I can. Bye, everybody.